Alright folks, how you doing? Papa Joe here. Oh boy, next to me they rejected his trailer. What happens when you don't? Well, never mind. It happens. Been there, done that. Last night I made a video on logs, on paper logs. A little grumpy, I get that way when you wake me up. What I'm going to do today is I'm going to show you a visual on actually filling out your log. Times and all that is not going to be accurate, and blah, blah, blah. The whole purpose of this is to show you how to fill out a paper log. Something I didn't mention last night is you need to always make sure you have the company name, their home address, and what terminal you're running out of. Your paper, your log provided by the company should do that. If it's a store-bought log, well, you'll figure it out. The thing is that it must be on there, period. And you're supposed to be carrying a minimum of 7 days paper log with you, even with your ELD working. Supposed to carry it in case it stops working. So here's my log. All right. Now truck number, which is 635. Trailer will say 164. Month, this is 11/5, and it's 19. Easy stuff. Okay. Trip, bill of lading, manifest, whichever one you want to call it, and whichever one your paperwork. Ours is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Now then, we are going to be off duty. So as I told you before, you have a straight edge, and we're going to run this up here, and we're going to be off duty until 2 a.m. So you see that line at 2 a.m. and then we're going to bed. So now we will go down here to bed. See my log? It's going down there to bed. Now we're going to stay in bed until 10 o'clock. At 10 o'clock we're going to get up and we're still going off duty. So we got to get up, go in and do our bathroom break, breakfast, whatever. Now, the thing about logs is you are supposed to keep them legible. So you can't just draw some BS lines, freehand it. No. That'll get you in trouble as well. All right, so we're going to stay off duty until noon. I'm just trying to make this easy. All right, so at noon, we're going to come down to on duty. And we're going to be there 15 minutes, just like I told you before. And we're going to go to the drive line. Now then, at that noon, where we change duty status, we'll draw our lines. Oh, and that's something I forgot. See, I'm not used to doing this and trying to teach people. All right, so over here I'm going to write start, and I'll draw a line. I better do that with a ruler since I just lectured you about that. And then we'll put a end, and we'll put a line there. And our beginning, this is our mileage, 4, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Close enough. And up here we are going to put somewhere Texas, and this is a pre-trip. And I don't care if you call it a pre-trip inspection, a VI, which is vehicle inspection, whatever terminology you want to use, as long as they know you did a pre-trip inspection. So now there's what I got. And you can see where I wrote the beginning mileage for the day. You can see where I put your bill of lading in and whatever town you're in. So there you go. Now then, let's say that you're 30 minutes away, 40 minutes away, whatever. We're going to run over for 45 minutes. And it's up to you, your exact times. And then we're going back down here to on duty for 15 minutes. Some of this, you can flag it if you want. I'm not getting into that. I'm showing you simplicity way of doing this and not getting in trouble. All right. So we're going to run us another line across here. And we're going to say somewhere. And that's the name of the town. Somewhere, Texas. And I put dock duties. So now, we're down there on the bottom line for 15 minutes, and we're at somewhere, Texas, and we're doing our dock duties. From there, we're going to go up to off-duty. There are those that will argue with you and tell you have to be on duty, blah, blah, blah. I ain't played that in years, and I ain't starting now. I'm showing you how I've done it, and I've passed many an inspection. How your company wants you to do it is between you and your company. Okay, so now, this was not Walmart. So let's say it took us the other 45 minutes here. And see, now that's something else that gets people in trouble, is they use the 15 minutes and the half hour, and then they can't add worth a damn. They get confused. My dad was one of them. He was a math genius. I mean, you give him math, he could pop out the answer in a heartbeat. But when it came to his logs, and he was over a 30-year veteran, he didn't do 15 minutes. Everything was in hours or half hours. Whatever works for you. Me, I ain't got a problem with 15 minutes. That's 0.25. It ain't hard. Half hour is 0.50. 3/4 hour is 0.75. You add them up, you know. All right, so, and hopefully him bouncing me ain't going to mess me up. All right, so at 2 o'clock we got done. And we're leaving, so we're going down to the drive line. You see your 2 o'clock, and we're on the drive line. Now, we have to fuel somewhere, okay? So let's say I drove 2 hours. And 2 hours, I'm going to drop down here on the on-duty line again. And I'm going to show my 15 minutes. And I'm going to go ahead and show back on duty. Now, I'm drawing me another line down. And these lines don't have to be straight across. You can draw them uniformity, you know, make it decent. Since I started drawing mine straight across, I'm working with that with a little bit of angle. So now we're in that place. So this is that place, Texas, and we are fueling. You have to tell them where you're at and what you're doing. Right there, we're in that place and we're fueling. And it took us 15 minutes. All right, from there, let's say we drive another hour and 3/4. All right, now we're going to go up, because now we're taking our half-hour break. And we'll take our half-hour break, and we'll come back down to the drive line. Now, once again, we have to go down, and we have to tell them where we're at and what we're doing. So now we're in, we done went somewhere, and we've been in that place, and we're here. So we're in here, Texas, and 30-minute break. Or whatever you want to call it. I'm doing this so that you'll understand. So there you go. There's your 30-minute break. All right. Now we've did that. Let's drive another, and you reload it at the last place. If you stop to load, you do it just like when you loaded. Go in there, show 15 minutes, dock duties. You got loaded, you're out of there. We got lucky. We emptied and loaded at the same place. So now we done did this, and let's run another 2.5 hours. Now, we're tired today, so we're going to quit. And we're going down on duty. We're showing our 15 minutes. There are people that's going to argue with you and tell you don't have to log both of them, show 15 minutes. And that's true, you don't. You can flag one or the other. I'm showing you this is just how I'm going to do it for you. And then we'll go off duty. So now let's go down here. And we're going to draw one more line. And right here. And we're in this place. And we're still in Texas. And we're going to put a post trip. Alright. So now you see where we're at? Them bumps in my trailer don't help. Alright, we're going to stay up for 45 minutes. Then we're going to go to the sleeper bunk. Now we're in sleeper berth. Now, the only thing that I forgot while doing this, and it's because I'm trying to do this and teach you, I didn't do nothing on the back. When we did our pre-trip this morning, at what was it, 10 o'clock, noon? It was noon. We did our pre-trip. I should have filled out the back. If I'd got stopped on this run and had not done that, that's a potential ticket. All right? So let's go ahead and fill it out. What did we say the date was? 11/5. So let's go ahead. 11/5/19. The time was 12 o'clock p.m. Noon is p.m. That'll get some people in trouble as well. So you write 12 o'clock p.m. Now, where I took up damn near the whole line, you can leave it short where you can draw you a line in there. And we did it at 9 p.m. So then we can put 9 o'clock. Now, if you see that, I'm just showing what time my pre-trip was and what time my post-trip was. Now, truck number, what truck did we have? 635. So here's for the truck, 635. They're asking for your odometer reader. What did we say it was? 1, 2, 3, 4. Nope, that was not it. 498765. So we'll do 4. Know what I did? Yeah, 498765. Now they're asking for your trailer number, and we did trailer 164. So, and I'm going to check off condition of the vehicle is satisfactory. You can wait until tonight to do that. I'm going to do it now. You do not sign this until tonight, okay? So now, I done did tonight. I can take, where's my odometer, over here and do a slash. And what are we going to say our ending mileage? Remember we did this over here with our beginning and ending mileage for the day. And it's going to be 498,935. We didn't do very many miles today. So let's see here. That is 498. And we said it was 498,935. 935. All right, so now it's evening time, that PM, that 9 o'clock one. I'm going to sign off on it down here. Now then, let's see. Oh, I signed off in the wrong place. What I signed off on is saying there was something wrong, and I signed it that it was fixed. So I'm going to draw a line through that, and I'm going to initial it. And the correct place to sign it, I screwed that one up too. Don't tell nobody. Sign your damn inspection. Find out on yours where you're supposed to do it. Because I signed down here where it says mechanic. I did sign it in the right place the first time. That goes to show you, even with experience, you can screw up on this stuff. Real easy. Even though they're simple logs. Alright, so now you have to tally all these lines up. Alright, so we're going to start on the top one. You're off duty. There's 2 hours. There's 3 hours, 4 hours, 4 3/4. There's 5, 5 1/4. There's 6. So there's 6 hours. You write that off to the side. Okay. Now our sleeper berth. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 8, 9, 10. So there's 10 hours. So there's that one wrote in there. I'm going to skip the drive for a second. And I'm going down here to on duty. That one's easy. That adds up to 1 hour. There's 4 1/4 hours on there. Now our drive line, and this is where people will screw up because they'll do the 24 minus all this equals 7. You want to make sure that's what this says. So here's 3/4, 1 3/4, 2 3/4. There's 3, 3 1/2, 4, 5, 6, 6 1/2. Oh, see, I'm missing one somewhere. Where did that one go? I'll do it again. There's 3/4, 1 3/4, 2 3/4, 3, 3 1/2, 4 1/2, 5, 6, 7. That's what I was telling you last night. You can do these things and make a simple mistake on your math, and you write in over here, and I'm 25/4 off, and DOT catches your mistake, and they're going to bust you. You might get a cold one, just slaps you on the hand and say, hey, dummy, fix it. You might get one that says, ooh, we got a ticket. It's easier to check behind yourself. So now we're going to add this up. 6 and 10 is 16, plus 1 is 17, plus 7 is 24. So there you go. That's your hours for the day. Now then, it's asking for total miles today. I'm not going to do the actual math, but let's say that it was 250 miles. Oh, you did your 250 miles. It's asking for your signature. I'm going to sign it. And name of co-driver, I leave it blank because I don't have a co-driver. That's what I was telling you last night. If you want to put something there, put NA whatever. None, I don't care. I leave it blank. Now then, we're going to go ahead and step over to our daily record, which is also called the recap. Now we had safety log department send us a copy of our previous 7 days. So we write that in here. Now today is day 8. So that first one, it doesn't count. If you read it, 7 days total. It says least last 7 days total. Today is that 7th day. So, and I'm going to make up numbers again. Today we'll start this at 11:1, then 11:2, then 11:3, and 11:4, and 11:5, 11:6, and 11:7. And I know that doesn't go with the date I put on the log. You make it right for your log. I'm just using numbers here. So now we're going to write in some hours through here. Off of our logs that log department sent us. On the first we did 9.5. On the second we did 10. On the third we did 11. And where are we getting these numbers from? We're getting these numbers from line 3 and 4. That's coming off your 70. So you'll continue doing that all the way across. Today's we did 8. So you see we did 7 hours driving and we did 1 hour on duty. So that makes it 8. So we did 8 hours. So I'll scoot that up a little bit more. Now you add all them up in that line across there on the recap, and it comes up to 53 hours. So there you go, 53 hours. Now then it tells you hours available. And actually it says right here, mine would tell you yesterday's miles. So I put that in for today's. And then it also tells you total hours today on line 3 and 4 must not exceed amount here. So what you're going to do is it's your 70 hours minus that 53. So that leaves you 17 hours. All right. Now, I've made a couple minor oops on here, and I've corrected myself to you. It's been years since I've had to run a paper log or a recap. This is all coming from memory of days gone by. But that's the basics on how you do it. My suggestion to you, especially when you get to the recap, because that's where a lot of people have trouble, read the fine print right there. Yesterday's date and hours. And it's showing where I put today's. My bad. I screwed up. Then you're doing all these hours, and this 17 would be how many hours I have available today. All right. Other than that, I think I covered it fairly decent for you. It's not a big deal. And after you do 1 or 2 of them, it'll really be a piece of cake for you. Don't panic is the biggest thing. Don't panic. Don't make it overcomplicated. Go easy on it. Slow down a minute and read what it says on there. It's self-explanatory. Now, if you happen to buy a logbook out of the truck stop, they actually have the instructions on the back page for you, or somewhere. If I remember correctly, they always had the instructions on the back cover or somewhere in there. So you can read that. Now, days of old, how we used to cheat. We'd do one of these jobs, like I'm doing. Then we would redo today, or yesterday, or 7 days ago. But you don't need to be doing that. You need to learn how to do it right first. And if you already know how to do this and you know how to cheat and all that, I'm happy for you. I do not suggest cheating on your log in this day and age. Why? Simply because with the modern technology, with your fuel stops, with your scale houses, with your in and out times at shippers and receivers, all of this stuff is put into a computer anymore. Whether you have a copy with you or not, and that's where a lot of drivers mess up, is they think, well, I don't have a fuel receipt, they can't get me. Well, yeah, they can. If an accident happens, that attorney for the other people, they're going to start scrutinizing. Don't you think for a second that they don't know that they can subpoena the fuel records of your company, and they'll find when you fueled. And they're going to compare that to your log, and they might go back quite a ways, not just that day, because if you lied and cheated Monday and you regained 3 hours, all right, and they find this when they're scrutinizing your records, and you had the accident on Friday, they're going to say if he hadn't lied and cheated on Monday, he couldn't have been here on Friday. So it's still his fault because he lied. And they do that with your fuel. They can check your phone records, personal phone or not. They get a subpoena. You ain't going to have nothing to do with it. They can get your records from the shippers and receivers. They can look at your company records and see where you loaded and unloaded, and they can subpoena their records, and that's going to show. And it's not just the lawyers. If DOT comes in to audit your company, they can do that same stuff and do it in a heartbeat. And they have less hassles getting it done than that attorney does. So I do not recommend cheating on your log in this day and age. It ain't worth it. Trust me, it's not worth it. You're going to have people telling you all these silly little things about logs. DOT will tell you, log it like you did it. Log it like it happens. And what they're simply saying is if you did your pre-trip here, log it. If you got caught up in a traffic jam and it cost you 2 hours and it took you an extra 2 hours to run that 300 miles, log it. Simply because log it how you ran it, and if somebody comes back, DOT, lawyer, whatever, you're covered. You did it right. You covered your butt. And it ain't a matter of covering the company's butt. It's covering your butt. If you get in an accident, yes, the company's held liable and all this stuff, but the personal attorney can come against you and try to do a wrongful death and this, that, and the other, and they can personally come after you. Now you stand a chance of losing your house, your savings, everything, leaving you and your wife and the kids wondering who shot the cat. Think about it. Or you go trying to play super trucker and lying, think about it. Is regaining 2 hours worth your house? Worth you going to jail? Worth your family being put on the streets? So that's how it's going to work. And I tell you all, you need to be real careful on it and log it like it happens. Y'all remember, God loves you, and so do I. I hope this helps y'all out. Y'all have a blessed day now. Log it legal. Bye.